Alrighty, take 2 with the Stark Varg MX Gen 1. Picked it up for a killer deal on Craigslist. It had been rode a total of like 12 minutes. This thing's brand new. Obviously got all the Dirt Tricks goodies on there. Sprockets, rotors, stick with the same gearing. Put some mooses in. So this thing is rad. There's not much more I can say than it's just rad. The coolest part about this thing is look at that. Say bye to the Tundra, but I am just cruising out of the neighborhood and no one knows what I'm doing. Fully geared up, about to go head up in the mountains, which I've done before on the gas bike, but your neighbors are just looking at you like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you know, you're trying to keep it warmed up, trying to get it all warmed up and making a bunch of ruckus. This bad boy, you don't have to do anything. Don't warm it up, doesn't make any sound. So freaking cool. So what I found is that Map 2, which is actually 35 horsepower. It's 35 horsepower, and I believe, hold on, get out of this wind for you guys. So for what I do, okay, 35 horsepower and 36 regen, I believe it is. Kind of a funny number, but that's what I like. For all this kind of booty bashing, exploring, plenty power. The regen is kind of nice. It's not too much, it's not too little. And look at this now, guys. I'm just right outside from the house and I'm already on some single track. This thing is so much dang fun. So what I forgot to do is set the Garmin up for Moto Rip to kind of figure out this tracks your rides too, but I like the fail-safe of the Garmin app, figure out mileage and whatnot. As you can see, we started out with 99%, which is the most I've actually charged this thing. I know you're not supposed to do that all the time, but for viewing purposes, I figured why not. A little breezy today, nice and warm. All right, let's first little leg done. Check out the watch. Look at it, already knows what I'm doing. And we're started. So like I said, dude, like I wanted to hate this thing. I really did. You know, it's been actually a couple years since they've been out. Well, maybe a year and a half. I don't really know. But in the beginning, I was like, oh, let everyone kind of figure out the kinks and not order one, not buy one. And I was content on that. You know, I had the Husky, still do, Husky 300. And I was totally cool with just keeping it. Got all the cool suspension and whatnot on it. For what I do, it's a great bike. But then, Clint Lund picked up a brand new MX Gen 1 had some issues. It actually has now all the Gen 2 stuff on it, but he picked one up and he brought it to the shop, and then he let me play around with it on this this little moto track that's near the shop, and I immediately fell in love. I mean, honestly, it is unbelievable, or was unbelievable. So much, in fact, that day I literally ordered the new EX that day. I was like, nope, that's, so they say, a game changer. It's definitely a game changer. It was like, this is what I've been waiting for, man. No sound. Dude, this thing just climbs. You know, no sound. Neighbors don't know what the heck I'm doing. And the suspension was so plush. Everything was just so plush. Things like riding a freaking Ferrari, man. Look at this thing. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but this line is pretty gnarly. What's funny is that I actually did this last time with the 48 horsepower. I'm gonna try and do it with a 36. See how she does. It's real steep and rocky, but we'll find out. Oh my gosh. Dude. Unbelievable. Just check out the tire. You! A little more inconspicuous with this thing, huh? I saw some dudes on doing some hiking. It's not. See, they would have been all scared of me on the 300. Let's see if I can climb this. No problem. They'd have been all scared, thinking, what the frick is coming up, you know? For the right reason, honestly. But with this thing, no one cares. Just having fun. And so the other thing, obviously, is on everyone's mind is has inside hill on this rocky stuff is battery life. And as you can see, I do a lot of boonie bashing, a lot of uphills, a lot of downhills. I've done, we'll see what today's ride looks like, but, 2-hour rides and I'm, somewhere around 50%. That's all I need. I don't need any more than that. I have a wife and kid, about to have a second kid at home, so I really can't be gone for more than like 3 hours, So, this thing's perfect. Stoppy. What the brakes are doing. So the other thing with this bad boy is the brake. I thought, I ordered my EX, well, okay, ordered the EX, Anton, promised like an April delivery. We are now in second day of June, first day of June, maybe it's first day of June. Yeah, first day of June. Still hasn't come yet. And I've just been seeing Clint have fun on his, and I'm like, dude, I have to try to find one in this. I found this one on Craigslist, a 70-plus-year-old guy, rode it once, and was like, this is too much. So, drove about 2.5 hours to go and grab it. So all you folks that think no deals are on Craigslist anymore, I beg to differ. I would say some of the best deals are there. So anyways, I found this thing for a smoking deal. Put some mooses on it. So I'm not gonna get any flats out here. As you can see, it's pretty jagged rock. But honestly, this is the funnest. I've been riding motorcycles my whole life. Since the age of 3 years old. A lot of motocross in the beginning. And then the desert in the middle. And now kind of more hard enduro stuff as I've gotten older. This thing is the funnest motorcycle I've ever ridden. And it's not even close. I gotta kind of climb this because there's a log right here. Oh, there's some birds. It's not even close. This thing. There we go. Creep through here. It's the funnest bike. Look at that. You just play around on this thing, dude. It's so sick. Some quail. The other thing I've noticed with this thing is that you can see a lot more wildlife while riding this thing than obviously a gas-powered bike. Kind of didn't get to finish the, oh look at this. Didn't get to finish my thought with the rear brake being on the handlebar. I ordered the new bike without it, with actually just a standard rear brake. The standard rear brake, and the problem is now I'm used to the handbrake. So might be one of the first mods on the EX is figuring out. I've heard myths and stories that you can run both, which I think would actually come around. I'll have to figure that out. But in all honesty, this is the perfect bike for me. Probably the perfect bike for a lot of us. I get home from work. I usually don't have a ton of time to ride. You put the kid down and you just blast out from your house. A lot of us have a lot of areas that are close to us, but can't necessarily take the gas bike. So for me, it checks all the boxes. Checks all the boxes. You know what's funny is I thought the horsepower thing, I got the Alpha and the EX because it's like, why not? But then I realized that it's hilarious because now I'm riding this bike at 35 horsepower or 36 or whatever it is, and it's plenty. I don't need any more. This is plenty horsepower. And you wheelie on a dime. Got the JX8 back there. Holding up pretty good for a bike that just wants to spin that rear tire. The great thing about this thing is the fact that when you break traction, you hear it. There's no, you just lay off the gas a little bit, you're fine. I'm gonna try to come down this gnarly mountain right here. See how she does. Have to do some side hilling. Over the tree, some gnarly rock. So I will say this, for these gnarlier side hills, it is nice to be able to keep both feet, I mean this is really steep, both feet on the pegs. Oh yeah, this is getting pretty nasty. Both feet on the pegs here. It's pretty unbelievable. This is like downhill mountain bike status stuff here. And like I said, for me, like I thought the battery life was gonna be an issue, but I do stuff like this all the time. I'm just basically up and down hills, trying to find some sick terrain. I'm gonna have to figure out how to cross this. I think I want to be over there. Whew. Clint let me know what that sound means. It means that the phone's fully charged. Thought it meant that got like an email or something. Whew. I can't tell from, honestly don't know where I'm at. A little lost. That's what the Varg will do for you though. Did it get you lost? There we go. There's my out. Whew. So this is kind of cheating, but I rode this when I was filming, but my camera was faced too far down and it just was completely wasted. But this out right here, I mean, this is super steep. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's no way I would have been able to get out of this on the Husky. And we'll see if I can do it for a second time, but I was left speechless. So I'm gonna try the crawl mode here for this little creek crossing because it's kind of nasty. Oh, that's reverse. Yeah, it has that too. There we go. Oh, unbelievable. The crawl mode is sick. All right, well, this is it. I honestly don't know if I can do this second. Oh, get stuck on the tree here. It's about as much of a run up as I got. I don't think I'll be able to clean this for the second time with this, but hey, you never know. It's not early. It's a hot one today too. And for the second time, this thing has left me speechless. Just came down that mountain, through that gorge. Bro. I'm telling you guys, what makes it the easiest bike to ride, not only the sickest, is it has no clutch. People don't understand, like when you're not having to try to find the power with the clutch all the time, dude, it's just unbelievable. I'm always in the power of this bad boy. Even if I'm at 30 something horsepower, you know, obviously these 300s nowadays, they make, you know, they probably make 60 horsepower or 50, no, they're not quite 60, but you know, 54, 55, somewhere around there. But you're having to find that with that clutch and the right gear and all that. This thing, dude, it's right there, right here, right now. Oak Creek Crossing. Unbelievable. Gone almost 3 miles. There's a hill climb here that's pretty nasty. Let's try it. Dude, this thing just makes light work of any hill climb. This thing just climb and climb and climb. Oh, get a little steep now, baby. No problem. Climbing some serious elevation now. The other thing is, look at that tire holding up well. The other thing is you can't stall it. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty sick to ride a bike that you can't stall. No matter what your mistake is, you could usually just capitalize. Look at this tree here, uphill. See how she does. Look at that. Just get that front tire over and you're good. Another one, bigger one. No problem. What I find myself doing on this bike too is like, how slow can I make like one of these hairpin corners when it's hairpin corners when you're side hilling or whatever, you can't stall it. So you find yourself just cruising, having a good old time, enjoying the scenery. This trail goes up that. It's actually kind of fun, nice little jump, but we'll cruise this way for now. trail down there that I want to get to. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's down here. Actually, you know what? It's up here. Yeah, it's up there. Another fun fact, because you're always in the power, you see any type of little jumps or anything like that, just don't have to drop the clutch, nothing like that. Not kidding, guys. It's the funnest bike. Little seat bounce. I do find myself making dirt bike noises still. I guess this is still a dirt bike, but there we go, we'll walk in. How's it going? See, and you get a lot more of that, right? You get a lot more what's up, man? What's up, man, right? You know what we used to get when we're riding the Husky? What the hell are you doing? Making all that ruckus. Now you get from hikers, look at that guy with a camera in his hand, he's probably trying to get a bunch, you know, get a picture of some wildlife. If I was on my 300, he'd have been like, dude, come on, man, making all that noise. I just ride up, get a what's up, man. Unbelievable. Here it looks like Colorado or Idaho. No, just in my backyard. That's what's cool about this bike too is, whew, this is usually just a down trail, but we're gonna go up it because this thing is sick. That's the other great thing about this bike is now I can start exploring my backyard a little bit more. All right, let's see. I want to go off the side hill a little bit there. Just take your time with this thing. Don't have to worry about it overheating. There's our trail. So I don't know if the camera does this thing justice, but this is super steep. No problem. Okay, this spot, I'm gonna have to do the old beans a little bit. Gotta go up that. Here we go. I mean, this is a dry day, and it just makes these climbs like no problem. Hear that regen working. Problem. Oh, tree branch got me there. Tree branches get you. 32 minutes in. I probably climbed probably 2,500 feet, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Don't quote me. Yo. Sit on the back fender of this thing, it'll climb. See where this trail goes. Nice little kicker there. Whew. Mountain bike dudes, man, they get sendy. Well, I'm just be cruising a dirt road for a second, so I will get you guys caught up on the next clip. Alright, so we found downtown. Dude, you just can't outbeat this thing. Stick just pierced my arm a little bit. Don't look down. It's just a cliff. How's it going? Yeah, man, you too. See? Again, there's a runner. There's some gnarly stuff. And he said, go enjoy yourself. You don't hear that. You just don't hear that on a dirt bike. People are usually so scared. Dude, that guy is training for a triathlon or something, because we're a long ways from anything. And that trail is not a friendly running trail. But you know what? People are friendly when you're on this bad boy. That's what I've learned. I'm not sure where I want to go. Ooh, found some logs. Huh. Can't tell, but there's one hidden right there. So let's see if we can make a little magic here. Look at that. No problem. Not a problem. It's not as thick as it gets in here. That tree right there got me hung up. Just a little more throttle. A little more throttle never hurt anyone. Ooh, this one's gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna have to climb out of it. Immovable object right there. Peace of mind when you have mooses. For the longest time, I never ran mooses. And like, you know that feeling when you hit a gnarly rock or you hit something super square edge and you're like, oh, I got a flat. If I had a better skid plate, I'd go try that, but right now just the stock one's on, so. You know what I mean though, like you'd hit a gnarly square edge, hit something, and you'd spend the next 5 minutes riding thinking you had a flat. get all out of control. Moose says he never have to worry about that. Another thing I've noticed is you can keep your balance on these things a lot easier when you have the two. Whoop, whoop, whoop. When you have both of your pegs or both of your feet on your pegs centered all the time, it's a little easier to balance. Look at that, almost an hour in. Still have 75% battery. Like I said, battery is not an issue for me. Oh. Barking spiders around here, they usually get pretty nasty around this time of year. Let's see if we can climb this. Whew. Thing wants it. See how she does. This looks like something that the Donner Hard Enduro will give us. Ooh, that clips out. But guess what? Made it up. Telling you, anyone could ride this bike. Tight. Whew. So the goal one day is to go down that. Problem is I'm by myself right now. And that's the next area I want to explore, but it's kind of too far gone right now. This is all super steep. If I can't get out and I don't have anyone here, probably not the best idea. I got a wife and kid, and soon to be another kid here in the next month or so. So I'm gonna use my better judgment and say no. No to more fun, unfortunately. Oh, that's another thing. If you stay still for enough, it'll kick itself into neutral. You little essing up this thing. This thing is so rad. Got some big country behind the house. This dirt is so crazy too, because it's like moon dirt. Alright, we're doing a little bit of a hard enduro climb here. It's really shaly, so we'll see how it hooks up. So it's hooking up pretty good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Up. Yeah. Not bad. Not too shabby. JX8 still holding on. Here we go, last climb. No problem. Whew. There's Reno again. Good section right here. It's gonna be steep. Over the rocks. Finally getting a heartbeat going a little bit. Lost for words. Makes everything easy. And what we'll end on is a fun downhill. Hour and 10 in. Alright. Fun hard enduro stuff, and now we're gonna go play around going downhill. Look at this one. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Woo! Oh, so sick. This thing is unbelievable. Oh. Oh. To do those turns just as fast as those mountain biker boys. Yeah. It's hilarious because Anton, CEO, Vargas, Stark, Future. You know, this thing said, you know, I think they're like 265 or something, 265 pounds. But in his own words, he says, but they feel like a 125, 125 for us Americans. I can agree. Dude, this thing feels so light. Look at that. Just flickable, man. Woo-hoo-hoo! Drop. Super flickable. Can bounce off of anything. Woo! This thing is so much fun, man. Sun's just going down. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Look at this one. Oh, you! So sick. Ooh. Another kicker. Woo-hoo! So much fun. Smiling from ear to ear, man. So sick. All right. Gets a little steeper here. Woo. Real steep, actually. Yep. Oh. Thing handles it, no problem, man. No problem. Crazy thing is, I'm used to that. Used to the rear brake on the bars now. That's gonna be a problem for the new bike. But you know what? A small problem. Right now I'm having too much of a good time. Up. Over the bridge. Is that little jump, little kicker? Little super cross section. Little double. Kicker. Oh, yeah. Woo! Just effortless. Effortless. I take it back, the Varg actually does have a clutch, just right here. It's your right wrist. Throttle control needs to be precise. Suspension on this thing is so plush, right out of the box. Right out of the box. It's good. It's real good. Little kicker. Yeah. Getting into the steeps again. It gets steep right here. Real steep. No problem for the Varg. Nice little Sunday cruise. I'm gonna climb that one day. Not today though. That's the kicker. Woohoo! Don't look that way. A little steep. Street's running good. Just telling you, man, like it's just so easy to do what you want to do on this thing. Put the weight on the rear tire and let it eat. It's easy to wheelie too. I want to say there was a hard enduro section up here. Let's see. Yeah, this is a hill climb that gave us fits for a little bit. I think I gotta go left. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I kind of want to go. But I don't remember because, yeah, I think there's a down tree up there. Let's see. Well, I don't know. See what she's made of. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, it gets real nasty right there. I think it can be done. Got the old backup going. Well, I don't know. If my buddies are watching this, they'd be able to tell me if we ever made it up this one. I don't think we did. I think we just played around for a little bit. So if you put it in walk mode, it locks the rear tire, which is actually pretty cool. Because obviously this doesn't have any gears. Doesn't have any gears, so. You can roll backwards. So if you press that button, you don't have to worry about it. I take that back. Varg can do all. That is so sick. It's my dead end. Let's find out. That was a gnarly climb, and this thing just ate it up. Ate it up. Thought there was a road up here somewhere, but there it is. Woo-hoo-hoo. Again, leaves me speechless. Hill wasn't supposed to be possible. The Varg and 36 horsepower makes it look like child's play. All I can say is badass. So freaking sick. It's just going down, but this is always kind of a challenge on the 300, this canyon, this gnarly canyon, so see how she does. Shot right up her. So sick. Just about concludes my ride. Well, hold on. A little track here. Hour 44, 52%. Pretty rad. Go check out what this is all about though. Okay, a little double. Looks pretty sick. Oh wow. Little natural moto track here. Woohoo! Full figure eight. Nice little figure eight track here. Alright, that was pretty cool. Let's see what else there is. Oh, some more lines over here. I mean, the jump definitely goes that way, so can't be riding it backwards. But it looks like something's over here too. Bumped it up to 48 horsepower. Anyone wondering? JX8 is probably not the best moto tire, but it'll make do. Woo. This thing's got so much power. 48 horsepower is ridiculous. Bike can literally do it all, baby. Whoever made that track, kudos, badass. So exactly almost 2 hours after playing around on that fun moto track for a little bit. 44% battery. I don't think you can really beat that, honestly. Pretty legit. I'm out. Look at this. Back on the highway. And right above the house. The Wheelie King. Stay tuned for the next rip. Maybe we'll take her out a little more adventurous. Peace out.